Welcome to Sports Watch 101. I'm Jaime Purvis, a soon-to-be graduate of the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at Arizona State University.
And I'm Louie Vertone, also a senior. Sports Watch 101 is produced by the students of the Cronkite School. And right now we're outside Chase Field where the Diamondbacks are hoping to win their 6th division title. And that can only mean one thing. Our show is dedicated to America's pastime, baseball.
That's right, Louie. Arizona has some of the best high school and college teams around the country. ASU and U of A have combined for 9 national championships, the most recent one being from the University of Arizona after those 2 big wins against South Carolina.
And as a Sun Devil, that definitely stings, but fortunately, the college scene is only a small part of baseball here in the state. Arizona is home to the 2001 World Series champions and the Cactus League, where 15 MLB teams come out every spring and get ready for the regular season. And a fun fact, the 2 first teams to ever come out to play for spring training, the New York Giants and the Cleveland Indians, way back in 1947.
And since then, the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Cincinnati Reds, and the Chicago White Sox have made the move to Arizona for the beautiful weather and some baseball.
Our experience with spring training is a little bit different than other communities because spring training has been in Mesa for 60 years. The Cubs have been here for 50 years. There's more than a financial interest, although that is huge. It's part of our social makeup, it's part of our cultural makeup. We have so many thousands of people from Chicago that live here now, that had their first taste of Arizona through spring training. We think that the Cubs Park is more intimate than a lot of the new parks. We think it offers the best in accessibility and just fan experience. It's been overwhelmingly positive. This is not only the newest park in spring training in the Phoenix area. We think it's the standard one. So you'll see this become more and more of a gathering place where people literally can come and hang out all day before the game, after the game, much like they do at Wrigley Field in Chicago and in the surrounding neighborhoods. And that's a work in progress, and it'll take a few years for that to happen, but I think what we've already seen with the park and people, thousands of people coming here, the stadium, wait till Wrigleyville starts getting built and you'll see this completely transformed. Whenever you bring 15,000 people in, thousands more at the adjoining Riverview Park at the same time, we'll probably have 20 to 25,000 people in this 126-acre complex at the same time. And there's a great spillover into the local businesses, especially the restaurants and the eateries, the sports bars and other things. We have seen a change, very positive change in the crowd here. It's been great to watch.
Woo! Yeah, baby!
One of the comments that's been most interesting to me is people saying that there's a different breed of fans here. There have been more Cubs fans. There's been more fans from around the valley that have come here. I think part of it is because of the new park.
Out with Hohokam and in with Mesa Riverview. The Chicago Cubs start a new chapter of spring training after 38 years at Hohokam. With over 2,500 more seats than Hohokam, this nearly $1 million facility has lived up to its hype. So much hype that every game was sold out this spring, attracting fans from all over the nation, especially Chicago.
I was originally born in Chicago, moved out here in the late 80s. I'm a Cubs fan. I go to Cubs games. This is our 30th year of being a season ticket holder for Cubs spring training. You know, we come out here for every single game. We get out here early. We pitch up the canopy. We just relax out here. And it's nice. I like what they've done with the place. It's more friendly. It's better set up for the fans. Facilities are really nice. All the practice fields are here. So if you're a spring training fan of Chicago, you want to go to one place to see everything, this is the place to go. Go Cubs! I've never in 30 years seen sellout crowds like this. This year I think people are coming out just to see the new facility, the state-of-the-art facility where the spring training venue is starting to look like it. Yeah, now I'm going to start the drill. The Cubs Park now is more like going to Wrigley, which is a wonderful experience. We all want to go there at one time at least.
But for all the residents of Arizona who can't make it to Wrigley, Mesa Riverview gives local Cubs fans an experience of their own.
So I'm a native. My family's been here forever. So in about 25 years. I think this is far better. This is my favorite. I mean, Hohokam I really like too because of all the grass area. And I mean, they built this to mimic that, but also infuse a lot more Chicago in it. So I started going to Cubs games when I was young with friends and family. My grandpa loved going to softball games, so I kind of grew up liking baseball, softball. So the Cubs was in, of course, Mesa and Hohokam over there, and To me, it's night and day difference. I mean, I like Holcomb over there. Memories. I grew up watching Cubs, not the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks came, of course, later. But when you go to spring training games, watch the Cubs. That's why I became a Cubs fan. Of course, the big thing is tailgating when you get here for 5 hours before the game. Well, I like the home plate. Last year we went to Cubs Stadium, and we were there when they brought the Stanley Cup there. We sat right behind the home plate where the brick wall is, and so I think that's really cool. I like the scoreboard and how they tried to capture the seats outside the stadium at Wrigley Field. They kind of did that same thing here with the rooftop seats. So I think I like those elements.
Go Cubbies!
I think within even right now, but within a few years, you'll hear people throughout the valley and actually throughout the country talk about Cubs Park, Wrigleyville West, and Riverview Park all as a place to gather, a place to get together, and you'll see this as really one of the can't-miss places in the valley, and that's what we intended it to be. And with the Cubs' help and the citizens of Mesa investing, we're well on our way to achieving that.
Coming up, we'll see how the new ASU softball coach plans to take the Lady Sun Devils to another national title, and we'll play ball with some of the seniors.
Welcome back. Now, as promised, our show is all about baseball, but we can't forget about softball, especially here at ASU. Now, there's some big changes. Two-time national champion coach Clint Myers has left Arizona State for Auburn, but don't be alarmed. Craig Nicholson is here to lead the Lady Sun Devils. Now, before he got to Arizona State, he turned around Ball State's softball program, and he coached with Myers at Central Arizona College. Now, he's in Tempe full-time and ready to continue the legacy.
I was very fortunate coming into a situation where we had outstanding talent, or have outstanding talent, and we played very well at times. You know, obviously the biggest adjustment is really getting to know the players and kind of getting to know what makes them tick, and you know, what is going to vary bottom and kind of work your way up slowly. And obviously here, you know, it's a little bit different because they're kind of expected to stay on top.
Nicholson has embraced the challenge, and the coaching staff is picking up right where Myers left off with the Sun Devils. Their coaching styles are very similar, although the players have said Nicholson brings more energy, and they feast off of it. But first, those learners have to respect their new coaches. Dallas Escobedo says the team is still adjusting to the change, but everyone is coming together this year.
We all just have to take a little time to get to know each other better, but I mean, everything's been going smooth. We feed off of each other, we feed off of his energy. I mean, I'm not worried. I feel like ASU is always going to be a dominant school and a dominant team, so anyone should be ready to play.
I mean, we want to sustain where we're at. And you know, it's going to be a challenge of graduating 6 seniors, 5 of whom are major contributors on this ball club. So you know, we're going to have to, and over the next 2 years, you know, we're going to pretty much graduate everybody that starts for us right now. So it's going to be a new look, and you know, we may do things a little bit different, but you know, we're going to try to make sure that we sustain the success that has been here in the past, and you know, what we've had so far this year.
And the Sun Devils future does look promising with new coach Craig Nicholson, so fingers crossed.
That's right, and fingers crossed that we beat those Wildcats. Now, besides that, there is nothing like getting out onto the field and reliving your youth.
And no matter how old you are, everyone loves to watch and play baseball. Just like the seniors in this next video, they get a chance to go back on the field and play just like when they were kids.
It may be spring training for the pros, but these players are no spring chickens.
I'm 85 years old in 5 months.
Bo, as he's known on the field, is playing at the Sun City Sun Bowl.
Right center fielder, Bo Bowinski.
Where seniors play competitive, organized, and fun softball.
It's just a bunch of guys and women playing like they're kids again. It's just a wonderful thing that people our age can play out here every day. Yeah, there, Jay. And there's a lot of us go over and watch the spring training plays because we enjoy a lot of our home games are playing out here, so we enjoy that too. But really, our real love is just coming out and playing ourselves.
Good hit. Get over his head. Good hit. Yeah.
While they may be playing like kids, this is no little league.
So not everybody's got that much experience, but there's a lot of experience. This guy's here has got thousands of hits in their lifetime.
It's hard to say how many hits that I've had, but I'm a member of the National Senior Softball Hall of Fame.
Bo says his stats don't matter. Softball is about connecting with his wife.
One thing that I always remember is she'd always say, "Hon, when's our next turn?" She passed away. It'll be 4 years this April.
For Bo, this is a field of memories.
Coming up next, Jaime will take us to Diablo Stadium in Tempe, home to the Anaheim Angels, to see how one born and raised Arizona baseball player is finally getting his break.
Welcome back to Sports Watch 101. I'm here at Tempe Diablo Stadium where a star has spread his wings. Cole Calhoun played high school baseball in Buckeye, then came to Tempe to be a Sun Devil, and now he's right back home to get ready for his Major League season.
Number 56, Cole Calhoun.
I was 14, I moved out there, it was my 8th grade year, and I hated it. I didn't want to go to Buckeye. I didn't want to be in Buckeye, I wanted to be in Phoenix, because all my friends were in Phoenix.
Nobody wanted to catch him for the first couple schools until they got to Buckeye.
I went and checked out the high school out there, and actually the first day I was there, I went and talked to the freshman counselor, who is now my mother-in-law. So I saw a picture of her daughter and kind of fell in love right there. So I mean, Buckeye was something that at first it was new to me, and then you know, as I got older, I grew to love it.
He looked at the picture and he said, "I'm going to date your daughter."
Here in Buckeye, Cole found love for Jennifer, but he also found another love, both of them involving diamonds.
Baseball was always my love. It's what I always dreamed to play. I mean, when I was a kid, they used to ask, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I would say, I want to be a baseball player. I want to be a baseball player. I mean, everybody was like, oh, okay, all right, well, yeah, you want to be a baseball player, but like something real. And I mean, to me, it was always real. Like, that's what I wanted to do since I was a child. And, you know, here we are now. I guess it was the right choice.
He loved the game, and we played very hard, and it was fun to coach him. It was easy to coach him as well.
And when Cole's high school baseball career came to an end, he looked for the very best, a school with national championship and elite athletes. And lucky for him, that school was just right down the road and very close to his family. That school is ASU.
Once I got the opportunity to go to ASU, I wasn't going to pass it up. And I've always been a Sun Devil fan, and so right when they came calling and there was a scholarship on the table, it didn't take much for me to say yeah.
He was probably 6 or 7, and my father lives by ASU, so we used to get off the 202 and go down McClintock, but I went ahead and went down Worrell so he could see the stadium. And he was glued to his side of the window, you know, and he goes, wow, Dad, that's really, really cool. I'm like, well, Cole, if you play hard and you work hard, you'll get there. He goes, Dad, I will play there. And sure enough.
Oh, ASU was awesome. He really outdid himself. He worked hard. And he worked hard to make a name for himself, and he went to the College World Series.
In the air to left field, Maggi going back on the warning track at the wall, makes the catch. Arizona State's going back to Omaha.
Draft day came around. I kind of had mixed emotions. Like, I had a good enough year. I knew I had a possibility to get drafted, but we had a practice that day getting ready to go to Omaha. And I was just like, all right, I'm not even paying attention. I mean, every year before, I was glued to the computer, like what? Just seeing each guy that win, and when am I gonna get called? And I never get called. So this time I was like, I'm not even looking. I don't even care. I'm not paying attention. If I get drafted, cool. If not, we'll figure it out after the World Series.
Because of his body type, it was hard to see him maybe going professionally. And to no fault of his own, but just nobody wanted to even give him a look because he was so small.
They came yelling again. I was like, oh, who's this one for? And the guys told me my name, 8th round to the Angels. And I was so ecstatic, like I can't even explain. It was my first opportunity in 5 years, or the first time in 5 years that I had got drafted, and It was just something I was so happy for, and that's all I ever wanted was an opportunity to get a chance to go prove what I can do.
He was like, yeah, I'm going to be an angel. I was like, well, all right. From a
devil to an angel.
And as a Sun Devil, Cole batted a .317 average and hit 29 home runs. And as an Angel, he's a leadoff hitter and a starting right fielder, inspiring many to follow his path.
First pitch to Calhoun. Swung out, and there it goes! Deep to right, it's up there, it's out there, and it's gone! Grand slam!
Somewhere out there's another little kid that's watching me play who wants to do the same thing, and one day he'll probably get an opportunity as well.
I actually kind of dreamed to be like him, play outfield and do the things he did, make it to the major MLB and just be a big star like that.
It's a unique feeling. Not many people get to say that the guy that's in the pros has played on the same field as him.
He won't pass up an autograph, so to speak, you know. He's a good guy.
He signed autographs until everybody was gone.
It's just a lot of hard work and determination and perseverance and got me to keep going and never really give up on my dream. Everybody's got a shot right now. I mean, if you want to be a Major League Baseball player, if you want to be anything, you know, if you set your mind to it, and you know, I feel like a lot of goals can be achieved.
Coming up next on Sports Watch 101, we caught up with a local high school athlete who has the numbers to play college baseball, but he also has the grades to attend any university, and those numbers might be the most important.
Welcome back to Sports Watch 101. Now to recap. We've seen Major League teams make an impact on the Valley's economy. We've seen Arizona and Arizona State dominate in softball on the national stage. And we've seen Cole Calhoun get his big chance with the Angels. But what if professional sports wasn't in everyone's future? Colby Wilson is a senior at South Point Catholic High School in Tucson. His batting average is over 300, but he's not your average baseball player. Sure, he can go the same route as any other typical high-profile athlete. He can go to ASU, U of A, or some other powerhouse school. But Colby, he made his college decision based on where you can get the best education.
I'm Colby Wilson, outfielder / DH for South Point Catholic, and I recently committed to Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore.
Johns Hopkins University was founded in 1876, and their academic mission is simple: knowledge for the world. Johns Hopkins has just over 5,000 undergraduate students. The university is ranked as a top 15 university by Times, U.S. and World News Report, and Academic Ranking of World Universities. Johns Hopkins boasts 36 Nobel Prize winners. Based in downtown Baltimore, Johns Hopkins is Maryland's largest private employer. It is also the world leader in teaching and research.
And there were a few other schools in the mix, but you know, the biggest thing was education. That's the one thing that was always pushing my decisions, and everything was based on where can I get the best education, what school can I get the best education, and then what followed after that was where can I play the best baseball? Where am I going to go into a program where I could have an impact directly when I first start? I don't want to go to a program where I'm going to have to sit for 2 or 3 years and then I can start playing. I want to go somewhere where I'll start out and I'll just hit the ground running. I'm extremely grateful for my parents, and you know, it's a mentality that I wish more kids would take on, because I see a lot of kids who go athletics first, which I'm not saying is a terrible way to go, but you know, academics is the one thing that nobody can ever take away from you. Nobody can ever take away your mind. I mean, there's kids who could go out, be great heading up to the major leagues and everything like that, and blow out your arm and you're done. But your mind is the one thing that nobody's ever going to be able to take away from you, and that education comes with that. Classes, I've always been like a hard science type guy, you know, math, any science. Recently I'm in AP macroeconomics right now, and that's really catching my interest. I'm looking to study economics at Johns Hopkins. Baseball was my one escape, I would say, ever since I was little, you know. After long school days and tough situations at school, you know, friends and everything like that, baseball was the one thing that you could really look forward to, and I could really look forward to going out and hitting and playing catch with my dad and my friends. It was that one thing that was always there for me. You know, I'm very blessed to be here at South Point. It's a wonderful program here, great coaches, great kids. It's great being able to go out every day to a good program where the coaches all respect you but also push you to be your best. You have friends around you who are also pushing you to succeed and having fun at the same time. It's a real blessing to be a part of that type of program. I want to go out to Johns Hopkins and have fun this last senior year and really go hard and play my best and push myself to my limit.
9 high school seniors will continue their baseball careers at Arizona universities, and 7 of them will be Sun Devils. Unfortunately, none will get to experience Packard Stadium as the program is now moving to its new permanent home at Phoenix Municipal Stadium.
But for the 2 studs that are heading down to U of A, they will fall in love with High Corbett Field. And it's so good to see so many high school athletes staying right here in Arizona.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing, but unfortunately, we have to graduate.
Louie, it is a little bit sad, but it's good news because we have a little bit more time to enjoy some baseball, but I'm going to go enjoy it right now.
All right, well, while Jaime's doing that, be sure to like our Sports Watch 101 page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
On behalf of the entire Cronkite School, thanks for watching.